The
All right,
webinar is live.
we are
Bum,
live. Session
bum.
17. Cory and Cory
We
on launching a product. Okay.
and we
So,
all go up together.
yeah,
You're probably already standing, aren't you?
I am.
Although you're leaning.
I'm leaning, standing, standing, leaning. Okay, catch
um,
me up. We were just talking through our logo. We've had some revisions with the designer, and so Cory was sharing some of the thoughts. I think this is part of that journey. Is like something's always in the way, that you gotta.
yeah, exactly. Like, so yeah, so the plugin is coming along really well. But to do to feel like you're really moving forward for branding and marketing, which we've talked about a bit in the last couple of weeks, we need the logo, which defines the colors. So the good news is we can take the colors that we've got from the logo, and we can start moving forward with some things. But it's we approved the horizontal. So if you're looking at my screen, what I think they've done, which is fine, is they took originally I thought it was a white bar over. I think it's Montserrat is the final font, which is great. And I think what they've actually done is split it in half, which is fine, because that leaves my previous issue was there were like little triangles based on where they cut it. And so the horizontal looks good now, but when you go over to the vertical, what they should have done is take the revision of the IMG from the horizontal and applied it to the vertical. And I think they took us at our word that we were like, and the vertical's okay. So they were just like, here it is, even though it's inconsistent. So one more revision. And I mean, what's great is they are giving us the EPS. You can see I've got Illustrator open in the background, so I can mess around with it, because I'm still not totally sold on the vertical version, which is not their fault. Like, they've done what we've said. I think we want to go back to them and say, hey, please update the vertical, the IMG on the vertical, based on the changes that you made to the IMG in the horizontal. And then
Really, what you mean there is not just colors, but is it the bar where the bar is?
yeah, yes, yeah. The colors of the vertical are fine, because we sort of defined that based on the website we sent them. But I guess it would be nice, since it would be nice if they finished what they were doing, kind of thing. And then I think at some point you and I think we go forward with this, and this is part of us talking about, and whoops, did I lose my microphone? There we go. Part of the journey is just moving forward, and so it's like, if they fix the bar, I'm content with putting this online. I'm not totally sold that this is actually the best vertical version, but at some point, it'll occur to us like, oh, the black should be the bottom third of each, or whatever, and I'll go into, either we'll use them again and say, okay, we need another revision, or I'll go in and make the change. But good enough for now, or good once they make the change so it's at least consistent, then good enough. And I was half joking that the real reason I'm in such a hurry is that Sticker Mule runs specials every week, and so their coupons run out, and inevitably that's how we end up with like 10 of the Crop.Express the stickers that we don't actually need.
Nostalgia. Hey, so here's my question. What are the things that you want changed here? Like, one thing that stick out, obviously the bar. You want it moved up toward the top OMG?
No, all I want is for them, I think I've even got it open. So I just want them to take the IMG
Oh,
from here
yeah. And put it,
and put it where it's supposed to, replace what they had.
so really there's 2 bars on the vertical version.
I think there's, I mean, so it's like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, see how there's that little caret taken out, right? Of the M, but on here we had asked them to remove it, so there is none.
Okay.
So it's like if they just update the I, the M, and the G of the vertical version using the revised IMG of the horizontal, we're done.
Okay. So it occurs to me though, when you're looking at this, the OMG feels letter spacing is wider in the vertical than it is the horizontal. That's maybe one of the things I was thinking of. Like, can you copy and paste the horizontal into a new so we can look at it real quick? Or just pull that IMG down or something so we can look at it.
Yep.
You see that letter spacing here looks way tighter.
Which it will be because they're putting the I under the O, so the O is so much wider.
It still looks, but look at the space between the O and the M. It just feels loose.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Here, I'll show you. I'll try to.
Yeah.
Like it,
So
can you take just the IMG right there and pull it underneath just to see how? Yep.
Yep. Showing off my amazing skills here. But yeah, if we matched
Okay.
the M and the G.
Well, hey, go up. Yep. Right there. Hold on just a second. Let's look at that for a second. I don't know. The vertical version that they've got just feels. I get it. They're trying to.
Oh, I see. Yeah, the white space is so much more between all of the letters,
Yeah, it just
which
feels loose.
I suspect they did because they're trying to match. It's like if these are here, then it's more pronounced
Yeah.
between the I and the M. Like there's no good answer for that right now.
That looks better though to me.
Yeah. So yeah, have them do a version where they're like literally put the IMG below the OMG and center the I and call it done.
Can you move the eye over just so we can see? Yeah. See how it looks for a second.
Maybe I just did it.
Huh. I don't hate it.
Right. It's yeah, it might be enough to go live with. And again, at some point it'll occur to us what's wrong with it or how to fix it.
Yeah.
Or, we will have totally changed our branding by then or something.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me screenshot that. Okay. I mean, do you like the 2 bars on the vertical?
I'm conflicted because when you get small, it becomes unreadable. Right. And that's honestly how most people are going to see it most of the time.
Yeah.
Like in the plugin repo, you do okay where it's there, but it's like not contrasty enough. But like in most places, it's going to end up small, and you can't read it at all. But I'm kind of the mind, like I said, now of good enough. Like this lets us go live and we can change it.
Okay. Sounds good.
So cool. That's that. So honestly, like I will stop mucking about with the one they sent. Um, and why don't we just use this for now
Yeah.
and essentially live with it, but in the wild for a while and see how we feel about
Okay.
it. Cool. So that's the logo. And then a while ago on AppSumo, I signed up for a lifetime deal of UIlicious, which lets you run essentially like repeat click, click, click. And so I've been setting up testing because I'm sort of in the weeds with where I think everything's working, but this way it at least clicks through and makes sure that we have all the basic features. And then once that's done, like I think the plugin version 1 is ready to go. And so honestly, unless you have something else, what I was thinking was we might like, while we're sitting here for the next hour, 45 minutes, we've got, let's take the wording that we came up with last week and just do a quick bang through of the homepage and plug it in.
Okay.
Nothing like building a website live.
Is this UIlicious or something different?
So this is our current homepage, omgimg.co.
Okay.
And on the left, and then on the right is the words we came up with last time.
Okay, cool.
So in builder. So let's see, what's cool is we do now have, did I close it? Did I minimize it? File. We do now have colors. Again, I do not know Illustrator very well. One of the things that I always like to do on all of my websites is create a page called assets. And here we say div, oops, style. How was breakfast, by the way?
Good. Got to see my grandfather. He's 93 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for him.
He's the OG entrepreneur. He sold his business about 3-4 months after I sold mine. But he had his longer. I told him, I said, I might have beat him to that, but he beat me in longevity. He had a motorcycle dealership for 40 years.
Wow. What kind of motorcycles?
Honda and Yamaha. Can't remember if we talked about this. Because you had a motorcycle you showed me, 4-wheeler.
I'm trying to have a motorcycle.
They're not cheap.
Yeah, I owned it for about an hour and then it stopped running, which I knew was always going to be an issue because it's 1982 something. But I hoped I could work on it, but in the end I couldn't. And the shop that it went to has now had it for a year, and I keep stopping by and I'm like bringing them donuts and stuff because I'm like, how do we move this forward? But so far, no joy.
So you're using Beaver Builder and doing an assets page. That's cool.
Yeah, so this is what I do for all of my sites. Is like once I've got a color palette, usually I'm using colors, coolers or whatever.
So
Look at
you
that rainbow. That's fantastic. I love those colors.
so you create this within Beaver Builder to kind of reference within the website.
Yeah, like I'll come in and I'll drop in the logos. So it's like, because inevitably, you're making changes live somewhere, or you're updating your Twitter account profile, or somebody's like, oh, hey, could you send me a logo? I'm interviewing you on a podcast and you send me a logo and you're like, let me go look through 1,000 folders to try to find that. Or you can just say, go to /assets. Um, just kind of a habit I got into a while ago. And then it also helps with like defining, doing this kind of thing where it's like, once you have your colors defined once, you can save them, stuff like that. So anyway, so we'll plug in the logo later. So words on the right. What's the first one we want to go with? Like what I figure is this on the left will be a product shot.
Sure. Let me find the doc you're looking at. Website. Got it. Okay.
Okay, cool.
What about professional social images for your website and content?
For your WordPress website. I always like to put in WordPress right up front so that people aren't like,
Sure.
I'm on Wix. Why can't I use this?
Yeah.
They have Montserrat. Oops. Yep, they do. There it is. So wheat. Extra bold, ultra bold. Boom. Bigger. I want bigger. And we can mess with this kind of stuff later. But if we get it defined. So professional social images for your WordPress website and content.
Okay. What if that's the subhead, and because see we got in here because your image matters. What if we make that the headline and then professional social, create professional social images for your WordPress website and content, so that like the headline is because your image matters.
So like swap these basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Because your image matters. I like that.
I want because your images matter feels like better English.
But overall, I think it's because your image matters. Like, and that's all of these things helps you with your, like, it's more abstract than social images, because
Nice. Got it. Yeah. And the pun about how people perceive your image. And brilliant. Love it. Totally missed that.
and then for this, how about it's like an action verb that says transform or create professional social images for your WordPress website and content.
Love it. And then, of course, a big button, not a button group, but a button, which is right there. Buy it today, purchase it. I never know what to do in these buttons.
Yeah. Buy. Shoot, what's the normal thing? Get started, buy, pricing. Yeah, buy today works. Okay. Could you put image on the second line? Okay. Cool. Okay, so we got top header. I think that's a good start.
Yep.
Okay, then we talked about benefits, or so on our web doc here we have before and after.
Mm-hmm. So if we did, yeah. So, what to me, what's funny here would be an image is worth 1,000 words. The obvious,
Yeah,
worth 1,000 words. And then here we have like, obviously I have to create these, but a before and after
yeah.
heading.
Oh, I like that. So I like that because the image could have the before and the after, and then underneath we could have, this list we talked about, like boring, afterthought, stale, homogenized, placeholder, and then after sparkle, entice, hook, engaging, compelling, something like that if we wanted to. I kind of like, though, it's like right at top, almost above the fold, we have a really good explanation of.
Yeah. So if like, we don't need to repeat report before and after, but so I really like the idea of, so basically we use our own words to say the first one to make it clear what's going on here, before and after. But then you'd say boring.
Oh yeah, boring, stale, afterthoughts, homogenized, placeholder.
Right. And so it's like, so something like that. So it's like before, after. Okay, here's a simple example. Here's another example of, the landscape, and then the enticing. So it's like, we're repeating without having to repeat before, after, before, after, before, after over and over again.
That's cool. That's a good idea.
Stale, boring. And I really like placeholder. And we could do something like, from placeholder.
Yeah. I like that. From boring to enticing, from placeholder to engaging, or whatever that is. Yeah.
I know my text is wrong, but. Oops. What's the right arrow? Or after, from boring to engaging, from placeholder. Oh, we already did engaging. Oh, from boring to enticing, from placeholder to engaging, something like that.
Like that.
Placeholder. So there I feel like we'll want a noun.
Yeah.
From boring to engaging, I like better. And then from placeholder to
Quite well.
presentable, placeholder to powerful, placeholder to pamplemousse. I don't know.
I like that. We'll want to nail the photos, but that's the product.
Yeah.
I think that's great, man. Okay.
And we can
then-
do, hold on, let me get the right green. Row settings. Save. Okay. And then benefits.
benefits.
No more boring afterthought stale images.
I wonder if we say stale, no more stale images. Since we use born and afterthought above.
Mm-hmm.
Entice people to click. See how many sections do we have? 3. Okay.
Well, we can have as many as we want. It was just
Okay. So I think, see, no more stale images. Do we use entice above? Entice people to click. More value in your images. I think if we did 3, it'd be no more stale images. Entice people to click. Stay in your WordPress workflow.
pays people to click with valuable content right inside your image or something like that. And then what was the last one?
Stay in your WP workflow.
No more jumping from app to app
Yep.
to make your images shine. Okay.
And then, so did you just load a standard Beaver Builder page, or is this a template you use for stuff?
There was one of the websites we were looking at that was just like, there are these rows. And so I just banged out some
Awesome.
rows.
Awesome.
So this is, I have no religion about this page whatsoever. We can
Yeah, I was just
massage
curious.
this any number of ways.
So I think that section is benefits. Then we get down to brass tacks of like features.
Okay. So yeah, let's, for the sake of, I never want to actually like say benefits, but for the sake of our knocking this out, this is benefits. This is features.
Always like seeing how other people do this stuff because
Well, exactly. That was part of why I figured we'd do it live, because it's like, cool, let's, somebody else who has never seen Beaver Builder can check it out or, has never knocked together. So, and I love what we did. Like normally I'd be sitting here staring at text boxes.
Yeah.
Whereas you and I did the words in a Word doc, which is so much smarter, but I'm usually too impatient to do that.
Yeah.
So, so I have a feeling that we can. Actually, why don't I just do this? Rows. Benefits. We'll say duplicate. So then features. It's almost one click. Post product. Or podcast info. Right. Add info right into your featured image. I'm keyword stuffing, and I don't know that it actually reads as English, but featured image. So people want to click more or something. Beautiful. Versatile templates. Choose from. Whoops, I got it. So customization. Your brand colors. and fonts for consistent messaging. Keep going, keep going. We got 2 more.
Let's see. Each post, beautiful templates, customization. Oh, you can download images. Create images by social channel. Sorry,
Customization. Per channel.
channel size.
Oh, right. Create once, use everywhere. Create an image and then resize it for open graph, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. What's the OnlyFans? What's the ultra white, ultra right conservative? We'll just keyword stuff all of these, you know. Open graph, Facebook, LinkedIn, and
Twitter.
any other channel you need.
Capitalize that T real quick. Yep.
Thank you. Yep. Thank you.
Hey, this might be a nuance, but is open graph not 2 words?
That is a great question. Facebook, open graph, 2 words.
Okay, so we need to change that up at the top too.
Yeah.
Or somewhere we did it somewhere else. Maybe that was it. I thought there was something above, but I'm gonna write a note on their thing like we need a what is open graph. You know, all the social software do these what sizes or what, but it's still good content that people want to reference, even though we got it baked in.
Yeah.
So social images by size. That in our content at the bottom of this document. So we got 6. I think that's a good start. I'm trying to think if we've missed anything. I mean, you can save them as projects. That's 1. I mean, really, it's a social image generator regardless of the content.
Right.
Create images in there. So it's a social image generator, but just talking out things, make sure I didn't miss anything. We already have size. Do we have sizing somewhere?
No, I did.
Maybe that's under customization. Customize and resize. No, I don't know. Let's see.
Right. The resizing, we've got create once, use everywhere. So open graph images for your site, open graph images for each post, page, etc. Oh, each post. Or page. Beautiful, versatile templates. Use our bespoke templates to match your branding or upload your own. Customization. Tweak.
Make sure and save.
What's that?
Make sure and save.
Yeah.
Is it auto save or do you need to save it every now and then?
I think it sort of does, but we can publish as we go because it can't be any worse than the placeholder we already have.
Command S, man. That's my mantra.
Command S. Yeah. Yeah. I really that's sorry about the dog. Yeah, I've gotten used to like the code editor I used auto saves and like here in UIlicious, like it just saves as you go, which I'm always grateful for.
It's funny the old days, you had to Command S everything, and I still want to do it, even on Google
Right.
Docs. But,
Yep. Put your
so
finger.
next section is plans.
So yeah, we will want testimonials, but we don't have any yet.
I mean, in lieu of testimonials, we can say see it in action, with the post edit stuff.
We call that a what do they call it? A case study?
Yeah.
Case studies. So how do we want to present this? I guess is the question.
The case study.
Yeah. I guess just like a picture. I don't know.
I think we pushed this maybe down below plans for now, but that's just a first reaction. Yeah, see it in action.
It's okay. So yeah, if here we had so down here we said see it in action. See it in action. And then here we have plans. So plans on the homepage.
I think so.
Okay. So we're not doing free.
Right.
So currently I think we're talking about annual.
Yeah.
And lifetime.
I think a lifetime with the the caveats we discussed, which is sport for 1 year, but lifetime upgrades, I think is a good starter thing that we know will probably go away. So yeah. So we could have the annual be two things. Well, one site, lots
Oh,
of
we want to do it that way. Yeah, EDDC, Easy Digital Download supports so annual and lifetime, and then also number of sites. And I tend to be a big baby about it because I always just am happier as a customer when it's unlimited sites, but I think we can,
no, I get you there. What if we did like the solo, they just have one site. And then we did the kind of freelancer agency bundle, and that's how we kind of differentiated. So like one side is like, I just want the one.
Yep.
And then for that avatar, and then for the agencies, we just say like it's the bundle, the annual unlimited or the lifetime thing. That could be
Okay.
that could be our three plans. I'm just talking this out with you though.
Yeah, for sure. So we're talking about solo, one site.
Yeah, basically I mean, it's funny. So let me give you a quick case study. So BackupBuddy, for instance, that product formulated all their pricing plans, and definitely you see that within the industry. But it was our first big one back in 2010, and so, but our thesis was, man, for a backup plugin, you need a two-site plugin. What if your site goes down? You need another one. So we sold two-site plans. Now that sounds very like reasonable, right? People would say every now and then, do you just have a one-site version? You're like, are you? It's almost like this. It's this funny thing within product stuff. It's like, why am I paying for more than I need? And you're like, okay. So I tend to think there's some terminology we put around here. It's just like you have a website, a blog, whatever that is. Maybe it's the content creator package. And you just need one, but that needs to be probably higher, because why wouldn't you just go ahead and get and then I think hold on just a second. And then agency plan and lifetime limited lifetime.
So how many sites? So it's like, okay. Yeah, if you want, so it's we're just mocking this up here. Doop-a-doo, text editor. So it's like website, one site license.
Yep.
Agency. What, 10, 20? I mean, this is an arbitrary number.
Yeah, let's start with 10.
So 10 site licenses.
Yep.
Annual subscription.
Yep.
And then get out of the way. And then limited lifetime. This is 100 site licenses.
There you go. Because it's not really unlimited for everything. Yeah, let's say we use this
purchase
updates only, support 1 year support.
1 year.
So many people paying this, but I go, no, it's not unlimited everything.
Right.
Support is what it costs us. We're going to be doing updates for this for the foreseeable future. So like that's already built in, but support is extra. Now people still don't read, don't think about it. They put it off and want something. But I think, we do a 1 to 3 month type thing, seed our initial customer list, use them for feedback, bugs, stuff like that, new ideas. And then we just take that down. That'll give us some cash to.
Oh, whoops, I'm doing these backwards. Yeah. So one site license.
Yep.
Annual subscription. Agency, 10 site licenses, annual subscription, limited lifetime, 100 site licenses, one-time purchase, updates forever. And this is where most agencies will probably jump anyway, because it's like, just buy it. If that's I think we talked about like $50, $300, $500, whatever it is.
Yeah.
They'll just go, you know what, it's $500 and we never have to think about it again, of course we're going to do it.
Yeah. Hey, Cory, I'm sorry for being late today. I need to spin down about 5 minutes, but here's
Okay.
my thought on this. Let's anchor ourselves for a moment in lifetime and the lifetime price, and let's go. Okay, it's unlimited. We're gonna, for the goal of one, to get cash and also to seed our customer base for features, all that kind of stuff. And then I think we go down this box to the left. And
Mhm.
really, I think for this initial thing, we want people in lifetime because we want to see that group. Maybe it's the first 100 people and then kind of close off. But I think that could help us price the agency and website stuff, because honestly, we'll want that higher to push them up to lifetime. For the beginning in my mind. So how does that sound? Like, as far as what if we go with that for a second, what price would we want to do that unlimited or lifetime unlimited bundle?
So the rule of thumb that I go by for lifetime is 3 years. And then here we're introducing number of sites. So it's how much value per site times 3 years. And like we're saying, 100 sites, but realistically, it's kind of like you say 3 years, most people subscribe between 2 and 3. 100 site licenses may as well be unlimited unless you're some bananas agency or you're cranking out just clickbait websites. But so it's like 20 sites times 3 years,
Yeah.
something like that. And so if it's, because it's a big fat discount, if you were at $30 times 20 sites times 3 years, you're talking about $1,800, which I just can't, like, that's the value. But for a new product, I think people are going to be like, the hell are you thinking? So I guess I hear your thought process. To me, one website, currently, because it's a new product, $50 feels about right. And so then it's, so if one website, if this is $50, then agency is $40 per site times 10 sites, and then lifetime knocks it down to $30 per site. But obviously we can't multiply it by 99 or by 100, but do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
to me, that's the discount. You'd kind of, buy in bulk discount, the way
Yeah.
we're thinking about this. So it's like, if this was, you got to go. So this might, maybe we leave this as a thought experiment.
Yeah.
If
Yep.
that's 49, and then that's, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Because it's like 40 times, I mean, for 150%, you get 10x the value.
And you're making easy math for them.
That's kind of what I'm,
Yeah.
oops. So backwards. 149. 499. Stick. It's doing something weird. So something like that.
Yeah. Let's simmer on this.
So yeah, we've got right now we've at least got benefits and features on the homepage stubbed out. And then pricing, we can, people watching, listening, please weigh in. We don't have the biggest viewership in the world, but anybody who does have an opinion on this would be great. And it would actually, so maybe we post this in Post Status Business, and I might post this also in Mega Maker and just say, what do people think about this? I think would be neat. We might or might not listen to anybody, but it would be interesting to get people's thinking about it.
I agree.
But disclaimer, we should have said this before, nobody is allowed to hold us to what they just saw, or any of these conversations. But
Okay, well, today, to summarize what we've talked about, I'm trying to do this more, so it's on the recording. We've talked about logo. We worked on website, homepage features and benefits, pricing, and now we got some next steps. What are those?
so thinking about this stuff, tweaking these 10 sites, annual, 100 sites, lifetime. What do you say? 1 year, 1 year of support,
Yeah.
lifetime updates.
Okay.
So yeah, I think we think about pricing, have some conversations with people about that. Think about the words that we've put on this website, and if there isn't a way to massage them so that they're a bit more coherent, less brain dump. And then also I think I may take a pass of, we've bookmarked a few sites that we like a design of, so I try to actually bring some design to this so that it's not just stripes of color.
Sounds good.
Cool.
All right, man.
Good progress.
Thank you.